Thank you, Elroy. And a very good evening to everybody. Thank you so much for joining for this session of Art of Articulation. So to begin with, I would just give a little background about me. So I have been into training since the past over 13 years, I guess. Yes. So this is when, I was only graduating and I had joined this international call center where I received training for being an accent trainer, and so on and so forth. I picked it up from there. And for a very long time, accent, diction, communication, speech, enunciation have been my key forte. Though I have diversified into many other different forms of training, including behavioral and soft skills, but largely this is my first love, I can say. So I have really taken it, as an onus to be able to enhance and upgrade conversational ability of people, uh, only for the verbal communication, that is. So now, what we are going to largely do in this session is that we are going to look at articulation and different facets of articulation, and what are the key elements that people require to be really articulate, and how can they upgrade their communication from the perspective of only articulation. So now there are so many other dimensions into it. What they are, we will look at. So let's begin. Okay, so if I have to ask a general question to people here in the meeting, if anybody would want to first tell me about what is that, the first thing that comes to your mind when someone says articulation, or what do you understand by articulation?
So it means voice modulation.
Rahul, yes?
Yes, yeah.
Yes, Rahul, very good.
So as we know, in voice and accent, we have different things as in sounds, vowel sounds,
Right,
diphthongs,
yes.
consonants. So all use of these things are called articulation. The way you use your
Mm-hmm.
tongue, upper palate, 12th palate, your
Mm-hmm.
lips, and your vocal cord to produce any
Right,
sound. It's
right,
all
right. Very good, very
Well,
good.
the word which I can think of is, storytelling when we are talking of articulation.
Right.
As to how do we put across our thoughts
Mm-hmm.
in line to the audience,
Right,
catch their interest, and then talk about it.
right. Okay.
Um, Hi, this is Neha here. Articulation would be, I think it's the physiology of words or language. You use the entire mouth, like somebody mentioned, the upper palate, the roof
Right,
of the
right.
mouth, everything that you use to give a finesse to your words. I think that is articulation. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I think
Yes,
it's essentially the manner in which we do our delivery. So it is a very holistic thing where you look at the pronunciation, you look at the tonality, you look at the manner in which the delivery is happening, all that.
very nice, very well put. Yes.
exactly it's how you deliver your ideas and for delivering anything. If you're using communication skill, that is a kind of articulation.
Very true. Okay. Do we have any more responses?
So to me, I'm sorry.
Yes,
Go ahead.
according to me, articulation is uh, yes, this is me, Ankur from this end. To me, articulation means a clear and distinct sound when you go ahead and give a speech. That's what is articulation, according to me.
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Rahul.
You can go ahead. That's what I wanted to say
Yes.
about articulation.
Hi, this is Rahul. Articulation means to me the way you use your tone, the texture, the pitch of your voice.
Hello, this is Shirish Pingle from Bangalore. Articulation is basically speaking coherently and fluently, ability to speak fluently and coherently.
Very good. Very nice.
Hi, this is Ibad from Bangalore, and I mean, I have always understood. I guess there's a bit of a lot of stuff that people have said is more with respect to a background from a call center kind of a thing, which I was also from earlier. But honestly, I've always taken articulation to be the ability to make yourself understood to people. In a way that they actually are able to understand what you're saying. Your ability to express yourself and make yourself understood. That's what I would look at it as.
Hello, Priya. This is Rishikesh from Pune. Priya, it's audible to you?
Yes.
Fine,
you're
fine.
audible.
Fine. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. When we talk about this word, what does it mean for me? That it may be communication, clear thought process, lips, right? Teeth, facial expression. Speak something. First of all, we should be very clear getting with the audience. First things up, right? And no doubt the pronunciation is one of the important factors. It depends upon the which audience. As a trainer, I'm going to them, right? So that is from my point. That is maybe communication, lips, teeth, your facial expression, your body language, your accent. Everything matters a lot from my point of view, right? When I deliver something to audience.
Right. Very true. So very well put.
Hello.
Yeah, hello, yes.
I am Shashank from Gujarat. So the best example for articulation is this only. We are getting a various people who are articulating the meaning of articulation in their manner.
Right. Okay. All right. So if any more people would like to take their turn and want to discuss about it, we have time. Yes. So
hey Priya. Hi. I'm Khushbu. And I think I don't know much technicalities of articulation. I believe it's about the clarity in the sounds. So whatever I speak, for the listener to understand. That is what I understand as the meaning of articulation.
Yes. Perfect. All right. So
hi Priya, this is Vasant.
Hello, Vasant.
Yeah, this articulation means the use of tonal variation and pauses in a sentence. If they're not properly used, the whole meaning of the sentence will be reversed. Like I will give an example. Roko mat jane do. If you pause, roko mat jane do, the whole meaning is reversed. Okay.
We have many such examples to be discussed today.
Hello. Yeah, that's what. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Anyone else who would like to try? Okay. So I guess we've all made ourselves clear. Okay. So. Sorry.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, please.
Yeah, this is Arpan from Kolkata. What I was going to ask you regarding articulation is first and foremost the audience has to be taken in mind, kept in mind while going for any sort of communication. And I think the most important part about articulation is that it should be interesting to the audience with whom we are trying to communicate.
Right.
Very true. Very true.
So, yes, sir. I guess we have someone else on screen.
Priya, may I add something to you? Hello. Yeah, Priya.
Yes.
Fine. Let's example, I'm into teaching, right? So when as a faculty, when I'm trying to communicate with the audience, or maybe it's from, maybe Hindi background or English or Gujarati or Marathi, it's very difficult for them to understand what I'm communicating with them right now. So what as a faculty, when I'm trying to speak something, I should understand what is the level, right?
Yes.
The language is one of the important factors, right? So once I'm clear with the thought process, I can communicate in a very good manner, very excellent manner.
Absolutely.
So no doubt, understanding the audience level is one of the first parameter. What I believe as a faculty, as a trainer, I should focus more on that. Second one,
right. Yes.
Priya.
Please go ahead. Yeah,
Thank you, Priya. Thank you.
No, you were going fine. I'm
Okay,
sorry,
fine.
I interrupted you.
sorry. Next, what I observe basically, when as a faculty we talk about no doubt accent, we should be good communication skill. But some point of time, as a trainer, as a faculty, we should try to reach to that extent, right? We believe the person who is trying to learn something, but there is a language barrier.
Right.
So as a trainer, maybe from any background, maybe from Marathi, from English, from Gujarati, from any medium, and I can say. So understanding of the audience is one of the important factors in this parameter. If once as a trainer I have identified the what kind of qualities as a trainer I required, I can communicate in a very good manner.
Right.
Hello,
Very true.
Yeah, thank you so much, Priya.
Yes,
For giving me the opportunity.
Shrikant here. It is act of speaking clearly.
Yes.
Articulation is the act of speaking clearly.
Very good. I thank you very much for that word.
Can I take one more?
Okay.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah. This is Arpan. What I wanted to say is that. Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
I'm sorry, but I guess some members are not on mute. Can others who are not speaking please be on mute for some time? Yes, सबको बोलने देंगे, सबको बोलने देंगे. In fact, you can also have a show of hands because we have around 100 participants right now. So it will be really nice if we can have a show of hands.
I was trying to add on to this. Can I continue?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Hello.
Yes.
Unmute when someone else is speaking. Yeah. So the thing is that articulation is an ability to physically move the tongue, the lips, and the teeth and jaw, because these are four things or organs which come into place while we try to communicate.
Right. Very true.
And it has to produce a sequence of sounds where each and every word that I speak is distinctly different from the other, so that the person to whom we are trying to communicate is able to understand each and every word that we are saying. So for that reason, ma'am, I suppose articulation can be defined as an art where we don't go too fast or we don't go too slow. Rather, we should maintain an effective speech so that every word that we speak is heard and understood by the audience.
Very true. Okay. So I think more or less we have got everyone. In fact, everybody who spoke about articulation up till now, they have been bang on to the point. So yes, you already know what articulation is, so then we are done. Our job is done for now. Okay, so the one thing that I was looking for is someone just gave me, out of all the C's of communication, the one C that is most relevant here, we have 7 C's of communication. The one which is most relevant here is clarity. And clarity, again, we are talking about clarity. It could be clarity in your thoughts. It could be clarity in your speech. So for me, the other word for articulation, can we have Vivo and ABE and Mr. Pradeep Kumar please be on mute for some time? And yes, please. Okay, so the other word for clarity for me is articulation, and the other way around. Now, when we talk of articulation, again, articulation is of 2 types. Like Milan sir said, it's a holistic way of communicating with people. Holistic, which means that it includes the speech, as well as it includes what you're going to say in your thought groups together in a word which make a sentence. So one sentence may have around a few thought groups together, everything together in a communication, when communication becomes either layered or whatever. So many components within a communication that reaches to someone. If it is clear, you are articulate, and if it is not clear, then we are not articulate. Simple. So what we are going to focus on in this session, so as I've discussed, articulation can be of two types. One is articulation in speech, that is the clarity with the words, clarity with the sounds of the words, clarity with the pronunciation, clarity with the enunciation, clarity with the accent. And the second one is clarity with the thoughts. That is, I know what am I going to say, and it has to be said in this manner. I have a complete, a sequence of my thoughts which are there, my word order, my sentence construction. That's a different kind of an articulation. So the two articulation types we are going to talk about right now is, one is articulation of the thought, where you're talking about your speech pattern in terms of my word order, my sentence construction. That is one kind of an articulation. The second one is purely based on how am I going to say it. That is my pronunciation, my enunciation, my accent, my diction, my speech, etc., etc. Okay, so what I will be doing right now is I'll be sharing the screen with you. And so I have something prepared for all of you, purely for this video session. So let me share that with you, and then let's start. Okay. Where is it gone? Okay, here it is. So I want to ask everyone, is this, can you all see it? I mean, even one person responds, it's fine.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
fine. All right. Then we are sorted. Okay, so let's start from here. Now see, because of the lockdown, it reminds me that I have to get my virus created. There you go. All right. So I'm so sorry. This will keep popping up sometime. It just does in between. And I'm just waiting for the lockdown to get over. No, before that, I should get this done.
No problem.
Okay. So write in your words, people. Like you said, formation of clear and distinct sounds in speech. So to articulate also means to say or pronounce something in a way that can be understood, expressing an idea or a thought. So articulation is nothing but the art of expressing something in a coherent verbal form, which involves pronunciation. And yes, this is with the articulatory organ. So we're going to talk about this. You know, the kind of articulation we are going to talk about today, and perhaps I'm going to give you tips on how we can practice it, is going to be on how we can use our articulatory organs. Okay. So that brings... God. Okay. So Dr. Albert Mehrabian, we all know. So this is what he largely says, is that most of our communication happens through our body physiology, that is through body language. But the rest of it is through tonality and the words. Okay, now, why do we call it a Mehrabian myth? Why? Because, again, the sample size of the population that was taken at that time to what kind of a situation they may have been into at that time. This is the survey that they had, these are the survey findings they had come up with. But in different situations, this can really differ. So for example, if we call somebody up, like a lifetime achievement award, and we ask them to please share a few words, now we already know that person. So though his body language would be important and relevant, however, his words, the relevance of his words will definitely can be more than 7%. So there is no hard and fast rule that this Albert Mirabin pyramid has to be relevant in all situations. So what we are going to do in this session, if you see, as Dr. Albert Mirabin says, the impact of communication through words is 7%. That is, what do I say? Tonality, 38%, and how do I say? Body language, 55%, which means what do I do when I say something?
It's inaudible.
It is really good for all of us if everyone can
Hello?
mute their mics
Hello, Priya.
and kindly stop their
Yes,
videos,
yes.
please.
Are you there?
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm there.
Yeah, please continue, ma'am.
Yes.
So,
okay, like I said, in this session, what we are going to do is our focus of attention would only be on the other two components. That is words and tonality. So to bring that in, I have an inverted pyramid of communication where we have a complete breakup of many things. There is a breakup of a speech. So if anybody has done the inverted speech pyramid, maybe you could relate with this. So this is what they say. This is how an inverted speech pyramid really looks like. Now, this is where we are getting. Now, at a broader spectrum, when we talk about the speech, we say what a speech is made up of. So the speech is made up of sentences. Many sentences make a speech. Then a question, what are sentences made up of? So the sentences are made up of words. And then another question, what are words made up of? Now people, literally say that, okay, they're made up of letters, but then we are missing a link. Words are not just made up of letters, they're made up of syllables first. So what are the syllables made up of? Now we are going to look at what syllables are really, and we have a few exercises on syllables here that everyone can look at. Then syllables are made up of letters, and what are letters made up of really is they're made up of sounds. Now we are going to be discussing the two kind of sounds here. That's the vowel sound and the consonant sounds. So in fact, when I was in school and I used to be in this English class, my teacher used to say, vowels, vowels, vowels all the time. So, but later on when I got to know the correct pronunciation of this word is a vowel. Okay, now this would require me to stop the share and start my video because then you will all be able to see me, because it's essential that you see how I articulate. So we say just add the V to the owl, so it becomes a vowel. So maybe you could try it right now. And we will do some exercises here, just a few exercises. In case you all want to share your video showing me on how you are enunciating it, most welcome. If you're not doing it with the video, but you're trying it on your own, I'm still comfortable. So we add the V to the owl, we say vowel, vowel and consonant sounds. So that is towards the bottom of this pyramid, the inverted pyramid, where we are talking the sounds are made up of two elements, that is the vowel and the consonant. Okay, a very, very interesting exercise and a very interesting activity, I would say. That, for example, let's say if you are going for a meeting, a very important meeting, where you feel that you're required to be very articulate. Why? Because you're the central speaker, you're the main speaker, lead speaker, whatever. Or maybe you have a presentation to give, or maybe you have a training. What you could do is to try this little exercise for your clarity in terms of your speech. So this is what we call the jaw drilling exercise. So what we normally do is we take all the fingers of our hand like this, okay? And we put these fingers right into our mouth. Yes, you heard me right. You can take all these 4 fingers, if your mouth is as big as mine, and you can put it into your mouth, just as an exercise, you know? Something that you may not be able to do with a hacksaw, you can do it with your 4 fingers. So watch me. Okay. I make a sound that is ah, and then another one is when I'm holding it in a vertical position. Ah, then a horizontal one. Eh. Ah, eh. Ah, eh. Ah, eh. Now for the accent training class also, we do this exercise before we start with any other vocal drill or any other exercise for people. Why? Because just like how we want to work out or we start to dance, but before working out and before dancing, we need a little warm up. So this is like a warm up for us. Warm up for our mouth, which helps us to condition our mouth. So what happens is that now I'm in greater awareness of my mouth opening up. Yeah? So we can all try this. So very simple, just take 4 fingers. You can do it anytime. Now you know that, okay, in the next 5 minutes, I have to give an interview and I just need to be articulate, thinking about my speech. What can I do right now? So just take your 4 fingers and or we can start doing that. So what happens is that certain muscles of my mouth open up completely. And now my mouth is conditioned to more clarity than it was before. Okay, so let me start with the share again.
Ma'am, can I ask you a question at this point of time?
Well, we have time for questions, but yes, you can ask me. Yes.
Ma'am, I'll just take you back a little where you had, in fact, shown the inverted pyramid regarding a speech is made of sentences by words, syllables, letters, and sound. Ma'am, can you tell me the difference between syllable and letter?
Right. Hello?
Yeah, if you have time, can you just tell me the difference between syllable and letter?
Yes, that is there as part of this today's curriculum. It is there.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, thank you.
Sorry, can I also just quickly ask this? I'm sorry, I hope I'm audible.
Yes, you are.
So, Priya, I mean, my confusion was related to the same thing. That's why I interjected. But the only thing is that when we say syllables are made of letters, I mean, the way we pronounce letters in, the English word, the names of the letters, sometimes they don't even match the actual pronunciation or what we are, the sound that we are making.
Yes, absolutely.
So wouldn't it be better if we said syllables are made out of whatever the phonetic something? I don't know exactly how to put it, but I'm just wondering.
Yes. In fact, I tell you, everything that we write, in fact, even words are all made up of phonemes, phonetics. So phoneme is nothing but it is a unit of sound. And I do phonetics, but I have not included a lot of phonetics here. There is a chart that I've included here in my presentation, only for everyone to have a look that, phonetics naam ki kya chidiya hoti hai. So for people who would like to know, I've included that. Otherwise, we do have extensive training. If you see in various places like call centers, international call centers, we do have, especially newsrooms. I had done one program, and for people who want personalized coaching on communication, they really want to get to the core, and they say that, okay, we would like to correct everything on in the way we pronounce, and then we really would like to know what is that error that we are making, which sets us apart from the actual pronunciation, the received pronunciation as they call, which is something that comes from central London. So the only difference is our knowledge of phonetics, which may not be there. But when phonetics are added into our understanding and our awareness, then everything gets so different. That worked for me. When I had not known anything about phonetics, so I would pronounce the way my teachers had pronounced things for me. So they were my source. So that's why they also say that it is very essential to have a credible source of even semantic or verbal communication. So what do we do is now I would tell you on how we can understand, let me stop share. Okay, let me not stop share because let me go through this pyramid. Now you see, how have we all learned to communicate right from the beginning? That is right from the time we were all children, we were kids. We learned to communicate through sounds. Do you see? When we were infants and a little above that. So we communicated through sounds, then we came to syllables, and then we came to words, broken words. And then we understood sentences, broken sentences, and then we were able to make up speech. Speech is nothing but just a cluster of sentences. That is what it is. Okay. So just to answer the question that I was just asked, is there a difference between what we say in a word and how it is supposed to be pronounced? Yes, there is. So my next slide I'm going to be showing you is only of that. You see? Now, first thing is what we know from here, vowels. What are vowels? So we only know them as A, E, I, O, U. Right? So for us, A, E, I, O, U ke upar kuch hai nahi. And if you're from France, then you may also have an H as a vowel. You can take as an H mute also, vowel. However, vowels are more in number. So if you see, what you have as a vowel letter may be different from a vowel sound. And what you have as a consonant letter is different from a consonant sound. Okay, let me give you an example. Let me stop share. Okay. All right. So the first thing that everybody practically learns in an English class in India, हम अपने time की बात कर रहे हैं. First thing that we learn, English सीखनी है, so one letter will be there drawn on the board, which is A. And then they would say A for apple. They would say A for apple. And B for balloon. Abhi A se sirf apple nahi hai, so now you say A, you're saying A, but then you are saying apple. Right?
Yes. Yes.
So what's the confusion? If you've said A, then it has to be apple. No, but it is not apple, it is apple. Okay, then you said, acha, theek hai. So then you added another word. Aeroplane is also from A. Okay, A, apple bhi hai. That means we use the A sound. Then aeroplane, we use the A sound. Then you say, if that was not enough, then you said amazing. You taught them amazing also starts with an A. So the children got confused. A, amazing, apple B, aeroplane B, amazing. Now the sounds are different. Here we use the sound, there we use the A sound, and we use the A sound. And if that was also not enough, and then we said awesome or awful again starts with an A. Okay. That's why they say that English, somebody said, पहले बहुत साल पहले किसी ने बोला था, English is a very funny language. Okay, it's a very funny language because आप जो बोलते हो वो different है, आप जो लिखते हो वो different है. That's why the letter is not equal to the actual sound of the word. The word might be written in a different way and the sound might be different. However, and that is one reason why we call English a non-phonetic language. That means it does not follow phonetics. It does not follow the actual phonetics. That is, it can be different from the way it sounds to the way it looks. So English is different from, it can be different from the way it sounds to the way it looks. However, apni Hindi, it's not like that. Hindi is similar. जैसा आप लिखोगे वैसा आप कहोगे. तो फिर हमारा च छ ज झ उसमें सिर्फ difference क्या है? The moment you add a matra, the matra will make all the sound difference. Otherwise, your letters are the same. That's why Hindi is a phonetic language. Yes, please. Yes. I had a question.
You have stopped a bit. Let me ask you one more thing. When it comes to syllables, ma'am, with A, E, I, O, U, is there addition of Y?
वो हम लोग Y in the sense you're talking about the letter Y?
Yeah, letter Y, exactly. The letter Y.
The letter Y is there in some. See, syllables are not about the letters. Syllables are about the sound. So the first thing and the first lesson that we are going to have here is please separate the letter from the sound. The sound is not the letter and the letter is not the sound. Okay, so now we say Y. Y ka sound kya hai? Y ka sound hai year. Y ka sound is year in certain situations. Otherwise, Y sound is different in certain situations. Just like, abhi A ka sound kya hai? Is the sound of A? Is it A? Is it A? Like apple? Or is it different?
Okay, can I say something?
Yes.
On
Yes,
Y?
sir. Yes, sir.
Y is called a diphthong. Okay, a diphthong is something that can work as a vowel as well as a consonant. So in certain situations, you see Y used as a consonant, and in certain situations, you see Y used as a vowel.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Y and W both are the same. They are actually semi-vowels. We call them semi-vowels. They're half vowels, so they take shift. They take shades of both the vowels as well as the consonant sounds. So they are. But we will get there. We will get there soon. So what we are doing right now is we are starting right from the bottom of the pyramid, where we are wanting to firstly, our first understanding and our awareness is that your letter is different and your sound is different. So the letter and sound are not the same. Okay, so let's look here. Again, let me share the screen with everybody. Okay. Okay, so the vowel sound and vowel letter is different, consonant sounds and consonant letter is different. Okay, so what really are vowels? If someone would ask us, hey, vowel ki definition batao. Definition not like dictionary definition, but just for our understanding. How do we speak vowels? Like if someone would ask, अच्छा चलिए बताइए, ये A, E, I, O, U, A, E, I, O, U क्यों है? Yeah, ये vowels क्यों है? And why the remaining everything else is a consonant? Why? So the answer is, that when we say the vowel sounds, we do not use any other speech organs that can interrupt the flow of our sound. So for example, if I say A, E, I, O, U, you see, I'm not using any other speech organs जो है हमारे पास में. I'm not using any of that. What am I using? Nothing, but I'm just using a flow of breath and sound coming directly, generated directly out of the thoracic cavity. So that is why vowels are spoken without the articulators or speech organs, and the consonants involve them. Now, the only articulator of the speech organs organ that vowel uses, otherwise, if we can say in literal terms, is the lower jaw. It is the movement of the lower jaw which can tell anybody from far off if you're speaking the vowel sound, and if they really are articulate in the usage of their mouth also. इसे बोलते हैं ना, माउथ को अच्छी तरह से यूज किया तो कोई दूर से खड़े रहकर भी बता दे कि आप बोल क्या रहे हो. So if they use their lower jaw well, anyone can find out what vowels have you used. So vowels are nothing but uninterrupted flow of breath and sound, but the consonants use an interrupted one. So B, C, D, you see, I'm using some of my speech organs. We're going to talk about them also. Okay, so any questions so far on this one? Vowels and consonants? All right.
No, Priya, it's okay, fine. Good going.
All right, fine. Okay. So now, the one thing that we know is spellings. Let's go beyond the spellings. In order for us to be articulate, let us firstly go beyond the spellings. So let's look at this. Okay. What is this? Oh. Yeah, okay. Can anybody see all this, the red mark on the screen? I don't know where it has come from. Okay, gone now. Okay, so there are 26 letters in English alphabet, but then there are 44 sounds. Now this is only in English. I'm talking only about English. So I can show you a chart which is only for consonant sounds, which I'll be showing you in some time. Now that chart which I'm going to show you is telling us that, okay, even if we have 26 letters, these sounds can be very different for each other. We can have 44 sounds. So let's look here. For anybody who is a new learner of English, that means they've not learned English in India. They've come from China learning English for the first time, or somebody who's really learning English at a certain age for the first time. Okay, like the mid years or after let's say 15 years of age. If they're learning English for the first time, they're really going to get confused with this same letter but different sounds. Let's look at it. So father, again we are talking about A here. You see the sound that is used right now, people. The first thing that we are going to do is do not bother about the spelling, only bother about the sound of the word. So when we say father, and I have underlined the A here.
Right.
So what is the sound of the A? The sound of the A is ah, father. And if we have to say, let's say if we are going to articulate very well, and then we'll have to, for this word, I would say, drop the jaw. So you can attempt to do it right now, whether you want to mute your mics, it will be good. So just try and mute your mic and do father. Or you can, yeah, okay, fine. So father, when you drop your jaw, okay, say father, father. Next one.
For speaking this F letter, which stands for fa, your lower lip should
Please,
come.
everyone, mute your mic.
So
I'm
your
sorry.
upper set of teeth.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm saying for pronouncing this letter F, which in Hindi is called fa, right? So the whole lip should come inside the upper set of teeth. So that's how the sound is produced. Fa.
Father,
And
father,
because
yes. And see here again we
There are
can have
two
different
syllables.
pronunciations. So for example, if we have pronunciation which is the UK accent is different, the US accent is different. Yes. So in fact, if you take the American accent, so they be father, they'll be doing something else. Okay. So that's why you here we have pronunciation differences, accent differences as a barrier to communication sometimes. Okay, let's take the next word, air. See, when you say air right now, look at the opening of the mouth that you've created, which was
Air.
yes, which is different from your father. There, your mouth opening was different. Here, when you say air, it is different. Okay, let's go on to the next one.
Air.
Ask. Let's do the ask.
Ask.
Ask, yeah. So when we do the ask, again, the sound is similar
Close.
to what we've done in father. Yes, ask.
Yes, father and ask, I think they are both of the lower jaw movement, isn't it, ma'am?
Yes, it is. Lower jaw movement, right? Drop the jaw.
Yes.
Okay, let's come on to the next one. Now this is a really tricky one. It's called amazing. Amazing. Now you see what happens when you do this. Please ensure that you don't drop your jaw. Okay.
Amazing.
So do not, yes. So do not drop your jaw when you say amazing. It has to be sound as though it is coming when you just parted your mouth a little bit. If you just part your mouth a little bit, you'll be able to produce this sound and say Let's first produce the sound and then just release the word. Just release the word and say amazing. Now you see how. Yes, true. Very nice.
Amazing.
How different is it from what we had done earlier? Okay. And then we have the next one, which is, again, drop the jaw. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah. Awesome. In fact,
in the complete mouth.
Drop the jaw, and then it's more like you saying oh. Your mouth looks like as though you're saying oh, because the sound is like that. Yeah? Awesome, right.
Training is awesome.
Awesome, right.
Awesome.
Okay. So people,
Prriya.
Thanji, tell me.
Yeah, I just wanted to. I mean, you know, we are kind of sticking to the British pronunciations here, right? I mean, because, like, for example, ask would be something like ask in the American pronunciation.
Water will be water. Water.
Yes.
Right. So see, what happens is that India is an Anglophonic country.
Fair enough.
So we were ruled by the British, so we follow most of their sound patterns also. And in fact, but we do not follow the British accent. We follow some of their sound patterns. We are right now attempting to speak in the neutral accent. So the training that I give people in accent and enunciation, I tell them very clearly that I'm not doing American accent. Why? Because as it is, Indians take a very long time to pick up the American accent, and it is not even required. And the British accent also doesn't sound more like us. So what really sounds like us is just nothing but pure neutral accent. The moment you have your sound right, we are okay. Everything is good to go. All right, people. Now, very quickly, we'll go through this because we are just now, a few more minutes, maybe over 40, 45 minutes now. Okay, so let's go on to the next one. You see, cut, but, put. So same spelling for different sounds. Cut. This is a confusion that even Amitabh Bachchan had, right? In one movie. I guess so. Okay.
Cut.
Okay.
But.
Yes. Put. All right.
But. Put.
Hanji, yes.
Ma'am, but it's put. In case of the word short put, it's short put, isn't it?
Yeah, right. So
put.
now you know what we do is that when we really have to train people on all this, we go beyond spellings. I do not use instead of the U, I use another phonemic letter. So the phoneme only defines that how different they are from each other. And so, in fact, now if you see in some of the schools, international schools, they are not using the spellings anymore. They are using phonetics. The international phonetic alphabet is used for children. In fact, most of the Montessori schools also use it. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Shoot. So combination of letters representing one sound. Shoot.
Shoot.
Okay. Character. Shoot, character.
Correct.
Rough, coat. Okay, let's look at the next one. Some letters are silent, like in autumn. Sword. Now people normally get confused with the next one. They call it debris.
Yeah.
So it is not. It is
N
debris.
is silent, R is silent.
Yes, yes, debris. So we call it debris.
Debris. Psychology.
No, no, debris, debris.
Is
S
silent.
is drop.
Debris, yeah.
S is silent, yes. So psychology. And now a lot of people in India say psychology. अभी उसका आंसर किस में आएगा? आपको इसमें आंसर नहीं मिलेगा. आपको आंसर मिलेगा syllables में. Okay, you'll get the answer,
Yes,
answer
exactly.
in the syllables. You will not get the answer in the pronunciation. Okay, and lamb. All right. Now we're going to be looking at some of the articulators and the speech organs. So a few of them I have named here. And we will do an exercise. Okay, let me stop share right now. Okay, because I need to show people exactly how are we going to use our articulators well. Okay, so the tongue, the teeth, the lips, the palate. Okay. Now in the palate also we've got the hard palate and the soft palate. Palate is nothing but the roof of the mouth. Okay, can I request everyone to right now just touch the roof of your mouth with your tongue. Touch the roof of your mouth with your tongue. You need not even open your mouth. You can just close your mouth and just touch it. Touch the roof of your mouth. I'm doing it right now. One is the hard crust that I have touched. I push my tongue a little back. Now there is a soft part of my palate which I can even lift. That's a soft part of my palate. Now why do I need to know about this? I mean, ये hard and soft palate से हम करेंगे क्या? इसका हमें क्या? What use does it? हाँ, क्या लेना देना क्या है? So देखिए, आप च कैसे बोलते हो? The sound of the ch. When you say ch, yeah, when you say ch, only the ch sound, which is the ch sound in English and the proper ch in Hindi like we have. So we say it from the hard palate. So you see, we hit our tongue onto the hard palate and say ch. How about when we say j and j? Again, no, it is again the hard palate. You see, we are using our tongue on the roof of the mouth, which is hard. Ch and j. Okay, let's do another sound. How about the k and the g? The k sound and the g sound. K and g.
It's a soft palate.
We use a soft palate for that. Right. Very right. True. Okay, so you see that's the difference. That's the difference in our use of articulators. So certain articulators will help us using some sound proper. I have seen a lot of people saying something like, I am going to do that. I am going to do that. You see? I am. What is this am? It is not am. It is am. M. Why? Because when you say the m sound, it is supposed to be a bilabial sound. You use two lips for that. So it's a bilabial sound. You use a m. Okay. So in my chart that I have, which I'd like to share again. Let's share. Okay. You see what we have here is, okay, fine. So we use the tongue, the teeth ridge when we say, if we are saying something like ta, da, we use the teeth ridge. Teeth ridge is nothing but the border between the teeth and the gums from inside. So from the inside, let me again stop share and show you exactly where. People, the border between your teeth and the gums from inside, like this. The border from the inside is a teeth ridge. From the inside, yeah. So you say a lot of sounds from there, and people who do not use that teeth ridge, they say sounds very differently. So if I say t and d, I'm hitting my tongue right on the teeth ridge. And if people don't use that, we use that for saying the t and the d sound when we use a neutral accent. But if people are not using the neutral accent, I tell you, how do they say it? They say it like this. Ta and d. You know, the tomato wala t. When you're speaking in English, it is not the tomato wala t, but it is the t, 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 the sound that comes from inside. So just as a practice, that is what we make people do when we train or or we coach them on how can you use your articulators well. So t and t. I have some exercises, some repetitive sound exercises here for everybody that I have bought. So let me go back. I have to, toggle between the share slide and this, because this is heavily dependent upon how are we using our articulators. Okay, let's go back. Okay, now you see the last articulator that is mentioned here is the epiglottis. Epiglottis is that ring-like structure in our mouth, which we can see if we open our mouth like really wide. Okay, it is the same ring-like structure which helps us to say many sounds. In fact, I would say every sound gets filtered from there and comes out. So, agar aap bole ha, if you just say ha, yeah, her. So what is happening is maximum impact of the her sound is coming from the epiglottis. So people, this is just a little awareness about how our sounds are placed. Where do they come from? This is our complete anatomy of the speech organs, you see. So where the sound is generated from. So you see, sound is not generated from any time before the epiglottis. Every sound is generated only out of our speech organs which are there inside. What comes from inside into from our respiratory organs is nothing but air. Now the air itself, the air that we have, which is coming out of our respiratory organs, it somehow, when it reaches our vocal cords, then it produces some sound, and that sound is then modified into various articulators, and then we get the speech. We get to say whatever we are saying. This is very detailed, actually. I just want to show you what this looks like. Okay, so very quickly, please do not worry about the details of all of this. ये सब क्या है, इनका meaning क्या है? It's very detailed, but I can just tell you. Only look at the phoneme, okay? And that is the individual sound. P, b. See, how are we saying it? The manner of our articulation. When you say p and you say b, all of you can do it right now. Yeah, when you say the p and the b, what we are doing is we are essentially only using our lips. So it's a bilabial sound because it involves lips. Then when we say t and d, the t and d, it is again set from the teeth ridge. So the teeth ridge, like I showed you, the border of the gums and the teeth, the gums and the teeth, that is called the alveolar ridge. So it's an alveolar sound. अगर आपने इसको alveolar से नहीं बोला, तो आपने गलत बोला English में. गलत मतलब it is not with standard pronunciation. We would not say that you're wrong. You cannot be wrong, but it is not close to your standard pronunciation. So for example, if I say, let me toggle between this now. Chalo, fine. Let me not slide share. Tim took 10 tomatoes tonight. You see how I sound when I just say Tim took 10 tomatoes tonight, which means that I'm using my tongue on my hard palate, and I'm not supposed to use it on my hard palate to be more articulate. I have to use it on my teeth ridge. Okay, so when I use it on my teeth ridge, how will it sound? Tim took 10 tomatoes tonight. Sharp like that. Yes, so Tim took 10 tomatoes tonight. You have to have the t. In fact, this is what people do when we give training to some people who are into, if they are getting into a contest like a pageant, a beauty pageant, then they require the t and the d sound are the actual indicators of what is the finesse level that you have in your speech, to be very honest. The t and the d sound. Okay, then we have the k and the g sound, the ch, j sound, m, n. You see, m is again a bilabial sound, but n is again an alveolar sound. Aap dekhiye, where is the placement of your tongue when you say the n? Where's the placement of your teeth when you say the l? You see, l sound, alag placement hai. Then when we say the f and the v, okay, let me show this to you. Stop share and show it. When we do the F, V, and W, they are different, to be enunciated differently. So when we say the F sound, we go F, but I've seen a lot of people doing P, okay? So they go pish, that's wrong. The F sound is a sound that creates a lot of friction, and so is the V sound, V, the V. It also creates a lot of friction, so we have to necessarily do the F and release the sound. So trying a little bit F, F, and with more clarity, the V also, which is the verse sound, it goes. What's the friction we have created? So we are in the awareness of what is it doing to us right now, and we go V, F and V. Yes, F and V. Both sounds are different. Yeah. Okay. अभी हिंदी में एक व होता है, एक ही व होता है हिंदी में, but English में दो व होते हैं. One is the V and one is a W, but both have the same sound. That's the V sound. So, but one of them, the V, is said with a bite on the lips. So we go the. But the W is not said like this. W is said with a little bit of puckering of our lips. So we go w, as though we are whistling. W. Okay. Yes. W. So then, when we say the V, it is V. When we say the W, it is W. How did I just say it? When we say, when we. Okay, try it out with this. Try it out with this word.
When we say.
No, this one. This word. Whatever.
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 Ever, not ever. Yeah, because the V is there, which will tell you have to bite your lips. Okay. So whatever, whenever, wherever. Yeah, wherever. Again, the same.
Wherever.
Yeah. So many things are there into this. Let me share slide again and go to some activity that I would like to do here. Some exercises. Okay, here. Oh, sorry.
I had one question, a real quick one. So like we have a word W-E-R-E, which, and then we have a word W-H-E-R-E. So there's a W and a W-H. Would there be a difference in the way those two are pronounced?
W-H-E-R-E and W-E-R-E.
Yeah. Or for that matter, W-E-A-R. My point is that the W and the W-H, is there a difference in the way it should be enunciated? I mean.
Now, where and where, that is W-H-E-R-E and W-E-A-R are enunciated exactly the same way. So, okay, let me stop share and quickly show you. Where, I wear, and where. Both same, similar. Okay, but when we say W-E-R-E, it is were.
Oh, okay. So I mean, so the point is that the H is basically silent. It has no role to play at all, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So see here right now, I'm not able to cover phonetics. Why? Because we do not have time for phonetics.
Fair enough.
But otherwise, this is a study, detailed study all by itself, you see.
Fair enough.
Okay, so let me quickly go to slide share because I want to give you some exercises, things that you can take home with you. So This is again the continuation. All these sounds are there. There are other sounds also. You see, sa, sh, z, zh, sa, d, ra, h. Now, I would want to bring your attention to the fourth sound here, which is zh, which is zh, zh. I have seen a lot of people not being able to pronounce this sound, and they say j. So, usse hota kya hai? When they have to say things like treasure, pleasure, measure, they end up saying treasure, pleasure, measure. Yeah. So they say treasure, pleasure, measure instead of saying treasure, pleasure, and measure. So a little bit of work is required there. So our focus of attention should be our place of articulation. कहाँ उसको articulate करना है? अच्छा चलो pronunciation में problem आ गई, यानी we are doing something wrong with our speech organs. We are not placing our tongue in the correct manner, जैसे, and then there is definitely an understanding that we can have about that. If anyone has any problems, any challenges, my contact details will be shared. You all are free to get back to me anytime. Okay, let us quickly go on to, okay, this is like how the phonemic chart looks. Isko karna kuch nahi hai, people. Right now we are not going into explanation of that. I just want to show you, like I said, ये phonetics नाम की चिड़िया क्या है? देखो कैसा दिखता है. Now, where you may have seen these sounds somewhere. I tell you where you've seen them. You've seen them in the dictionary.
Yeah.
You've seen them in the audio dictionaries also. You've seen them in various dictionaries. ये सब रहते हैं sounds, but we never really touched them. Why? Because this was never taught to us in school. Okay, but this is how they are, and a proper detailed accent study or pronunciation study also, or an articulation course will give us a little awareness about this. Okay, I'm just kind of moving ahead. I would like all of you to try this. Just little articulation exercise. So it says, okay, so I've heard a lot of people say it like, would anyone like to try, please? Anybody?
Bark cuts birds. Fat men say, sit, see, sigh.
Okay, good. Anybody else would like to try quickly?
A bark, bird. Sorry. Fat men say, sit, see, sigh.
Okay, all right. So see, what normally people do is, they start with, like I have heard, bark, but bird, fat men say, sit, see, sigh. Abhi kuch sunai nahi diya. The k sound was not sharp, the t sound was not sharp, the d sound was not sharp. Okay, so k, t, d, if they are not sharp, that means we have to especially take care of our word endings, people, if we have to be articulate on a semantic level. I'm sorry, can someone please be on mute? I think somebody is not on mute. Please be on mute. Please, yes. Okay, so it goes bark, bark, but bird, fat men say, sit, see, sigh. Bark, but bird, fat men say, sit, see, sigh. I would like to quickly stop share and show you exactly how I articulate this. Bark, but bird. You see, I'm smiling on my sounds. Bark, but bird. Fat men say, sit, see, sigh. In fact, they say that if there is someone who's really articulate with their speech, you can make that out by just looking at them, even if the audio is not on. They smile on most of their sound because they know that some sounds are going horizontally. This session is just to give a little awareness about that facet, that aspect. So it's not always about the word being pronounced correctly. It's also about how do you look when you say something. Am I using my vocal capability correctly? Am I using all my mouth apparatus correctly? So am I using it correctly? Yes or no? That's what it is. Now, very quickly, I'm going to do the repetitive sounds, some of them. Okay, let's do the next one. People, hear the repetitive sounds for us, just for a practice. So we have the first one. In case anybody would like to have this PPT, in case anybody would like to have the material that I have with me right now, please let me know. My number will be shared. So I will send it to you. Even through WhatsApp, I can send it to you. No problem. Okay. Why? Because it's all about sharing. That's how we grow, right? Okay. So Tim took 10 tomatoes tonight. You know, complete focus on the t sound. So you can practice that. Where are you? If you're not speaking from your alveolar ridge, then your sound will look like Tim took 10 tomatoes tonight, or Dennis dares to dance in Denmark, all determined. ऐसा sound करेगा. When you want to sound articulate, remember, always focus on your word endings. Also the beginning of your word. In fact, why beginning and ending? I would say through and through. But a special focus there. Okay, so Dennis, again, the D sound is also spoken like Dennis dares to dance in Denmark, all determined. Then the K sound, if it is spoken properly using your soft palate, you do Karen Connor creates Christmas carols in the castle. I don't mind, you can say castle also. There is no problem. Okay, this is an interesting one. The next one. Per sound. You will say, इसमें क्या challenge है? इसमें तो कोई challenge है ही नहीं. बिल्कुल नहीं है. Because हमारे हिंदी में per तो है बहुत ज़्यादा. So, Peter panics when poodles are present. The only difference is when you will hear native speakers of the language speak the per sound, they say the per with a little bit of puff of sound, puff of air going out. Should be like per. It is not per, it is per sound. Okay. So Peter panics when poodles are present is what they say, but it is not something that I recommend right now until I personally train somebody. Okay. So now the verse sound. Again, you can practice this. I can give the PPT to anybody who would like to work on this one, which is Victor Vickerson voted to review the very vilest version of Virginia. Let me again stop share and show you how I'm doing this. I know it by heart. Maine likha hai. Okay, so watch me. Victor Vickerson voted to review the very vilest version of Virginia. So I am aware that this is supposed to be a sound which is created through friction. The friction se karna hai to v. So I release a sound v. See people, it's all about being in awareness of the sounds. So if I have to use this in a repetitive sound passage, by v sound agar sirf v hi use karna hai, to kaisa, how would it be? So Victor Vickerson voted to review. The next one that was there written there was the w sound, which was where were we in World War I?
I think we've lost Priya's connection. So yes, we'll just have to wait till she logs in again.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Hello.
All right, so she's back.
Hello.
Yes, Priya.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Yes, Priya, please continue.
okay. So, you know what we're going to do right now is we're going to do a little bit of practice with the sounds first, and then we will go to the syllables. So, I would like a few volunteers to volunteer with the sound. Okay, and we are going to do the t and the d, which are the most critical sounds. See, at the moment, I would say that if there are certain sounds, one or two sounds that you would ask me that Priya, हम पहले किस sound को correct करें, हम अभी किस चीज का ध्यान रखें. So I would say that two sounds right now. One is t and one is d. That's it. T and d. So in case, you know, sometimes because in Hindi there is no such thing as t and d, which is spoken from the alveoli. So in Hindi, there is no such thing which is spoken from the alveolar. So we don't do like, we don't say, ye tomato, you know, we don't go to the shop and say, ye tomato kitne ka diya bhaiya, tomato, you know, we say tomato kitne ka diya. So we are aware that hamara sound kahan se aa raha hai. So, yeah. So can we have someone practice on Tim took 10 tomatoes tonight? Can we have some volunteers? Let me hear you out.
Tim took. Yeah,
Yes,
I'll
yes.
start.
Yes, please.
Tim took 10 tomatoes tonight.
Okay, now you see what we are doing right now is we are saying Tim took 10. Let us bring the tongue, which is closer to the teeth. Okay, when you bring the tongue closer to the teeth, remember your tongue has to be sharp. It has to be in the form of a cone, huh? Like this. Make it. हम लोग tease कैसे करते थे बचपन में? How we used to tease people? छोटे थे बचपन में करते थे ना? We used to tease people like this, right? We used to sharpen our tongue. So we need only the tip of the tongue to hit the ridge, and then we produce a sound, the t sound.
Lower ridge or upper ridge?
Upper.
The lower ridge or upper ridge?
Upper. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So should I start?
Yes, you can.
Tim took 10 tomatoes.
Tim took 10 tomatoes tonight.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel it's a good thing that you are in the awareness of it. Yes, please.
Tim took 10 tomatoes tonight.
आज लगता है सबको Tim and tomatoes बहुत याद आने वाले.
Can I try?
Yes, please.
Tim took 10 tomatoes tonight.
Yes, ma'am. I would say, you know what, I'm not looking at you right now because I can't see you, but then I can make out where your sound production is happening from. I just have to close my eyes.
Okay.
Okay. You are very close to the teeth ridge, but then you are still wanting to be there, and you can be there.
Okay.
थोड़ा सा sharp करो. In case if you would want to,
yeah.
You know, share your video if you're comfortable.
Okay, sure. Okay, 1 second.
Tim on your video share.
Took 10 tomatoes tonight.
Can I try again?
Took
yes,
10
yes.
tomatoes tonight.
Yes, please.
Someone else is doing. Tim took 10 tomatoes tonight.
Okay. थोड़ा सा फर्क आ रहा है. You know what? If you have a little struggle with some sound, don't worry. You can call me up. Okay. हम ये इसके बाद भी कर सकते हैं. It's not like end of it all. Priya, okay, your session is done.
सब कुछ तो
इसके बाद
कहाँ पे लंबा करूँ? रुक जा. हाँ. वही तो. रखूँ तो.
Hello. I think someone's not on mute.
Ma'am, can I take a try?
I will try myself.
Right.
Then I will contact you. Thank you, Priya.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
It's not
Can
it's
I
not
try?
the end of everything. Okay, you can definitely reach out to me later also.
Sure.
Okay. All right, people. Now I would say that I can forward this PPT to people. All you need to do is just message me on my number, on my WhatsApp number, which will be given to you. Or you can get it from Elroy. as it is it's shared on the screen. So need to just drop the message. I'll share the PPT with you. You can try these sounds. I have not made this very extensive because it is not required right now. If you have any problems, you can get back to me. Let's come on to the second phase of it.
10th matters tonight.
Oh, wow. That was nice. That was nice. Who is that?
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, now when we say thank you, see, I just want to make a point here. Many people say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You know, like they're very, very strong on that. But if you would see, a lot of people in the hospitality industry, they say thank you in a very different way. They say thank you like thank you. Okay, they go like very soft on the th sound. They do the th, not the Hindi wala th, but they go like thank you. You know, more like they're saying sir. When they're saying sir, they go like thank you so much. So at any given point in time, the air hostess who has served us, and after it all, you say thank you. Should we say thank you so much, thank you, please fly us again, thank you. They all say it this way. So I have had the opportunity of training some in-flight cabin crew, and I had strict instructions from the HR that they really wanted to work on this sound, because this sound is a very high intensity sound of theirs. You know, rather not high intensity, high frequency. Thank you is a very high frequency word in the hospitality industry, and they ought to get it right. That's why.
Yes.
So that's why they are very careful on that. Why? Because the moment you say thank you, there is some amount of sophistication that comes in the way we enunciate. Okay, now difference between enunciation and pronunciation. Pronunciation is to the entire word. पूरा word आ गया, उसको अच्छे से pronounce किया, बोला, उसे बोलते pronounce. To pronounce or pronunciation. But what enunciation is to that single letter. Every letter of that word, जब आप उसको pronounce कर रहे हो, तो आप उसको pronounce नहीं कर रहे हो, उसको enunciate कर रहे हो. You're enunciating a small letter in a word, but you are pronouncing the word. You got the difference? Pronunciation is to the word, yes. Enunciation is to the letter of the word. Difference. Okay, people,
understood the difference.
Okay, fine. Thank you. So, thank you. Okay, so let's come to the syllables. Okay, I just want to make a very quick distinction on what syllables can actually be like. It is very simply put, the number of times you move your mouth to say a particular word. So let's say if I'm saying a particular word, koi bhi word bol rahi hu, the number of times I move my mouth to say that one word is a number of syllables, you know, the sound fragments that are there in that word. So syllable kuch nahi hota, it is just sound fragments. Sound fragments. So let me give you an example. Determination. If I say the word determination, so aap dekhiye, how many times have I moved my mouth to speak that word? Determination. Determination would be
Five syllables it has.
Five. That means it's got 5 syllable splits.
5 times.
I have moved my mouth 5 times before I speak the word, so it's 5 syllable splits of that word, right? If I say industrialization, so can you guess how many syllable splits are there? Dekhiye, aap khud bol ke dekhiye, and tell me how many times have you moved your mouth?
6.
Okay, how do we come to that conclusion?
6.
Kaise 6? Kaise?
Industrialization.
Perfect. All right. Now let me ask a question. What if somebody does not have any consideration for the syllables? How do you think will their pronunciation be like?
Industrialization.
नहीं, if they did not have consideration for the syllables, अगर उनके पास syllables के नाम के मतलब that we have to move our mouth so many times to say the
Point
word.
here is how to figure out which word has how many syllables. See a quoting examples that this particular word has 5 syllables, this has 4 or multiple syllables. But how to figure out? There are lakhs of words in English dictionary. So how to figure out how many?
You will yes.
It's simple to call it as a संधि विच्छेद, right? हम लोग जो हिंदी में व्याकरण में करते हैं संधि विच्छेद, किस लेवल के किस अक्षर पे स्वर पे स्ट्रेस देना है, is a kind of syllable. This is how.
Yes. So बहुत simple है. आप जितने टाइम अपना the number of times you move your mouth to say that word, बस syllable वही है.
So but the challenge is how to figure out how many times we have to open the mouth. See, say for example, this word determination, I can say in one breath. Determination. I pronounce it correctly. I say determination.
Yes, yes,
right?
yes.
There are different syllables. So the main challenge for speakers is that how
to determine how many
syllables.
How many syllables?
Okay.
What is the rule for that?
So there are many rules which are there in the syllables. The syllables do have rules. Okay, we have a lot of principles, rather principles and rules of syllables, which we have like for a shun principle, we have a nickel principle, but many principles are there within the syllable. This is just to give you an overview. अगर उसकी study में जाएंगे तो definitely there are ways on how we are able to identify that. The simplest that I could give you here in this 90-minute session is that आप जितनी बार भी अपना mouth move करते हो वो word बोलने के लिए आपका वो ही syllable split हो गया. The syllable split happens then. So if I'm using a word like combine, combine. No, combine. So 2 हो गए.
Determine how many times your mouth.
This is like a very small thing that I've given you. Combine. Okay. Now if I say something like beautiful. How many times have we moved our mouth? Let's analyze. Beautiful.
3 times.
3 times. Okay. I'll tell you how does this help us. They say if you want to really sound as a knowledgeable speaker who has substance, please pace down. एकदम slow हो जाओ. एकदम मतलब बहुत ज़्यादा slow नहीं होना. You need to have a moderate rate of speech. But if you have to slow down, syllables are the ones that actually help us to do that.
Okay.
Syllables will help us to do that. Why? Because they will tell us, they will show consideration within the words. भाई इधर pause लेना है, इधर pause लेना है, इधर pause लेना है. So that is beautiful. Beautiful. Or if I say splendid, you know, splendid.
Splendid.
The challenge to है ना pause कहाँ लेना है? Say for example you just quoted a word beautiful.
आप मुझे जरूर offline contact कीजिएगा. Okay, offline. Because see, this is just about telling people if you are in the awareness.
Yeah, Prriya, one thing. May you speak something?
Yes, definitely.
Fine. Again, it's very difficult for the person who is from vernacular language, right? Hindi background, maybe Gujarati background. और जिनका background CBSE बोर्ड है, maybe ICSE बोर्ड है, उनके लिए तो फिर भी easy होगा उस word को समझना. और जिनका language अगर उनका barrier हो रहा है, how they can stand, how I should pronounce, right? That is very challenging for them.
Yes, right? So that will happen with little bit of awareness तो होना ही चाहिए. Say, okay. Agree. Good question. Good question. Yeah. Good question it is. Arpan, right? So one is we learn everything only through listening. आप देखिए हमने हिंदी सीखी. मैंने जब हिंदी सीखी, हिंदी मेरी मातृभाषा है. जब मैंने हिंदी सीखी तो मेरे पेरेंट्स ने मुझे एक बार भी हिंदी हो या इंग्लिश कभी भी उन्होंने मुझे बिठा करके वर्ड्स के मीनिंग्स नहीं बताने पड़े, कुछ नहीं कि भाई इसका मतलब ये होता है, इसका मतलब ये होता है, सेंटेंस ऐसे कंस्ट्रक्ट किया जाता है. We picked up the language only through listening.
Right.
So
Very true.
we pick up languages only through listening. I have one recommendation on the group right now. I would say that if anybody who really wants to improve their articulation a little bit, more than focusing on what I can say, the focus can change to what is that I listen to and from whom. So agar hame English ki baat karni hai, so English also you can listen to English, you know, you can say uninterrupted flow of communication coming from various channels, but I would recommend very, very credible sources of this language also. So where can you start from? You would want to start from someone who speaks in English. So let's say television become our television ho gaya, ya fir some podcasts that you would listen to. Remember, only credible sources of communication. अगर आप उस इंसान को बहुत बार सुन रहे हैं जो पहले ही गलत बोलता है, तो हम लोग जो सुनेंगे वो भी गलत ही होगा. What will be registered in our mind also will be गलत. I'll give you an example.
Agree, Priya. 100% agree with you.
I give you an example. So there was this time when I was very young. Okay, now this is no offense made to anybody. No, when I was in the first standard or so, first standard यहाँ जैसे ही हमारी टीचर ने लिखा था बोर्ड पे, am I a girl? Okay, am I a girl? Because it was a girls' school. So she said, yum I a girl. Now this is no offense made to anybody, but she said she was a South Indian, so she said yum I a girl. And what happened? हम सब first standard में थे, so we all said, with the same teacher, yum I a girl, the whole class, yum I a girl. So she would go yum I a girl, we would go yum I a girl. Okay, so वो तो हो गया class में, class का work कर दिया. Now all of us went home. And then we were sitting with our mothers. I was sitting with my mother. So then she goes, am I a girl? My mom. Okay. So I looked at my mom. अभी एक कहावत है हिंदी में, घर की मुर्गी होती है दाल बराबर. So I told my mom, Ma, ये wrong है. Am I a girl? Wrong hai. She said, "Kya? It's correct. Kya hai?" I said, "Yum, I a girl is correct. Am I a girl is not correct." So I told my mother that.
Right.
So it all is based on our listening channels. Our listening. So
what do you think, Priya? What do you think? What is the best source of from your point of view, right? Yes. If the person who is trying to learn something, basic language. If you talk about any 10th standard, 10th standard, right? They want to learn something. So how they can start? Can you give me some proper guideline? At least I can recommend somebody.
Start what? Start to
learn something. English maybe.
Okay, fine.
Language. How they can communicate. Yeah. Fine.
एक आपको source बताती हूँ अच्छा सा.
जी.
www.bbc.co.uk. I'll repeat.
Right. Okay. Got it.
www.bbc.co.uk.
Okay, fine.
Now in this daily, अभी तो पता नहीं वो लोग कर रहे होंगे या नहीं, but you definitely will be able to receive. They have some podcasts happening on a daily basis or regular basis. वो क्या करते हैं? They have a language lab. In the language lab, you can always click on that Learn English. आप देखो वो website आप खोल के देखो, and they upload a 6-minute learning session every day. 6-minute Learn English.
Okay, right. Okay,
fine. They upload this. And in fact, if you can check the history also. There'll be some podcasts. अगर नहीं मिला आपको, so मैं 2-3 आपके साथ में share कर सकती हूँ. And they are 24-minute long. पता नहीं how do I share them on WhatsApp? 24-minute long audio. Only audio files are there. But
you can share me on WhatsApp number. Don't worry. I'll share it with you. Fine.
So what will happen is that you will listen to them daily. If you listen to some of the podcasts coming from the British, from there. So you will have the hang of their sound. So what happens is that our mind becomes conditioned to that kind of speech sound.
Agree.
So once it becomes conditioned, so we know, okay, then we also try. In fact, सिर्फ English की बात नहीं है. Phraseology, grammar, so many things. Why? Because
accent.
Yes. अभी आप देखो, when we spoke about that inverted pyramid, there were many other things which were above the sound. साउंड के ऊपर भी था, कुछ लेटर्स थे, फिर syllables थे, फिर words थे, then sentences were there, and then the speech was there. So you see,
yes, agree.
कितने सारे निशान.
Priya, hi.
Hi.
Can you please repeat the website? It is
www.co.uk.
.co.uk.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. So in fact, I'll just post it on the Learners Conclave also for people to see the group that we have. And yeah, so we will start with this and being in the awareness that सबसे पहले, if we do not have any consideration for the syllables, तो हम लोग कैसे बोलेंगे मालूम है? Determination, 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 industrialization, industrialization, industrialization. ऐसे, खिचड़ी हो जाता है सब कुछ. So the knowledge of syllables helps us to pace down. And दूसरी और चीज what it does is that it helps us to spelling भी correct हो जाती है. We are able to correct on the spellings also. So normally we don't think of communication so much. Why? Because we take it for granted. Communication is one skill that everybody just takes for granted. हम लोगों को swimming करना सिखा सकते हैं. We train people on swimming, drawing, sketching, everything. But we always expect them to learn communication from the mother's womb. Okay, so I would only want to say that obviously we are over time now. So I just want to say that in these 21 days lockdown, I would say that now the lockdown ऐसे भी आ रहा है that it might get extended. So if we are lucky, we will get time to work on these skills of ours, which we otherwise take for granted. And if there is any way that I can help you, do that, I'll be very glad. In fact, I would take this as an honor to help the people here. If you can connect with me. And yes, we do have some workshops. In fact, mera articulation ka workshop hone wala hai next week, which will happen online. But I'm going to take one part of it at a time. So we have many sessions which are divided. When you get in touch with me, I will share details of my workshop. In case you wish to join, or you know people who would want to do a course like this, which is purely on articulation and enhancement of your language. If you would want to take this time as an investment, then you can contact me on that for that also. Otherwise, I'm always available for any help that you would have on your communication.
Yeah, ma'am. Can I say something?
Yes, please.
Yeah, this is Arpan. Well, you were telling about communication and how to develop communication. Well, in a country which is always obsessed with subduing people who try to open their mouth, and still they expect people to be well developed as far as communication is concerned. Right from the time we were in school, anybody trying to speak anything, please keep your mouth shut. Okay, so that was subdued when the person tried to communicate. Then school, college, and even when the person steps into public life, more often than not, his voice is always stopped because you are not allowed to speak well. But then when a person goes to the doors of an interview and he is expected to be one of the best as far as communication is concerned, the digital communication thing becomes a fallacy for the entire nation, where we are expected to be the best in communication, but where our voices are always subdued. So this is what I wanted to say when you said regarding communication has to be very good. So
okay, now Arpan, here I would like to say, yes. Communication again has two parts. There is when we are talking about saying, that is broadcast, but we also have something which is listening. So I would say listening is a really big part of communication, and I would say usse bhi zyada non-verbals. Our body language is a really big part of communication. See, I could have not done this workshop without a video. Why? Because till the time you see how I'm enunciating, that is also communication from my side. The way I move my hands and no creases on the forehead, your facial expressions, smile, gesturing, posturing, everything is communication. In fact, ये communication पहले पहुंचता है.
Yes, that's true. Very true.
You're right that some voices are subdued. But let's say if we are in a situation that we have to express, so that expression of ours that we can do in our best form. If there is any help that is needed, you all can definitely get back to me. My numbers, I would say Elroy must have shared with everybody. So
can you Priya, can you share your number, right? Can you repeat at least we can write?
Okay, fine, sure. I'll share my number. It's there on the screen. Can you see it?
Thank you, Prriya.
98204.
Okay, yeah, 98204 52295. It's there on the screen. Yeah.
98204522295.
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so thank you so much, everybody, for bearing with me and all the technical glitches that I had today. Actually, to be very honest with you, आज ऐसा हुआ that while I was working on my laptop, my dog came and उसने मेरा laptop का जो charger था वही खा लिया. So I was on life support system and I didn't know अब क्या करूँ, and lockdown हो गया, I can't even buy a new charger.
So that's why I said that every device brings out a window of opportunity, and I suppose you did really well, in fact.
Really,
thank you so much. Thank you.
Priya, that good session. Priya, it is a good session, right? The way you deliver it, it was excellent, right? And no doubt, whatever suggestion you had given to us, right? As a maybe trainer, as a faculty, right? Anything, right? As a facilitator, right? We'll work on that, no doubt, right? Thank you so much for your kind, gesture. Most important thing, what I believe, right now.
Yeah, this was just a curtain raiser. It's a curtain raiser. My best is yet to come.
Yes, I know. But again, for us, it was good learning, right? Again, good learning.
Thank you so much, Priya. It was a very nice session.
Yeah, really, it was good. Really, we enjoyed a lot. You enjoyed, right?
I am glad.
Really enjoyed. Like, you're behaving like a baby, right? The way you're, doing that exercise, right?
in fact, everybody in my class, they look so funny, and I tell them that I don't mind looking funny at all.
No, I'm trying to, my imagination, the way I was doing it, right? Yeah. Literally, everybody was looking at me. What are you doing? So that was good.
So we were back in nursery classes when you were trying to actually.
Yes, agree. Arpan, I'm agree with you. I'm agree with you.
So in fact, if you would say in my sessions, ऐसा ही होता है. I tell people to just forget the way you're looking right now, because we have a higher purpose with all of this.
The success of this session is.
Thank you, Priya. It was an amazing session.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, all participants. Thank you so much. God bless you, Priya. God bless you.
Bye, everybody.
All the best. Priya, on behalf of Learners Conclave, and thank you once again for attending this session. Tomorrow we have a session by Ami Savla, and that is on creating your online brand.
Okay.
So that would be an interesting session for those who would like to create your presence online, not just now, but forever. So thank you very much.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you, Roy.
Yep. Most welcome, and thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you, Learners Conclave, for organizing such an excellent session. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.